Hey guys, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Sunday, January 29th. It is 3 p.m. right now. Our scheduled orientations for 3 p.m. So I'll get a few more moments for people to make their way in. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you guys want to speak, just go ahead and raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Everyone's muted right now, so you guys can only hear me. For this orientation today, I don't necessarily have any. Oh, sorry, let me
Today is Sunday, January
mute this real quick.
It's 3 p.m. right now.
There we go. So basically this orientation is mainly focused on just giving you guys a brief overview of what we plan on, covering throughout this mentorship. I haven't done a big mentorship like this before. I typically mentor people one-on-one, but I figured I might as well just offer this to you guys because my company and this whole group we're taking everything in a different direction. So previously, for the past 3 to 5 years now, I basically allowed people to sign up and use my strategies and trade with me live every day. But the new route that we're taking is I'm mainly focusing on mentoring like a few people to trade for my firm that I plan on starting this year. I'm basically going to train people to be clones of myself, right? Clone traders of myself. You guys will be trading my capital, and then we'll be splitting profits, at the end of the month. And I think this is like the next step for my company in general. I typically don't want to sell people a product. I'd rather just make money trading. That's typically how I made most of my profits over the past couple of years. And I want to spread that amongst like people who are really dedicated and have a passion for trading. So that's the main reason why I'm doing this mentorship, guys. I typically don't do mentorships and I don't offer anything for free because obviously, this takes a lot of time for me to teach people. So for this mentorship here, I'm basically going to be scouting for people who are really interested in taking trading to the next level and making it a career for them, because, the more money you guys make as a trader, the more money I make for my firm. So that's pretty much why I'm doing this mentorship. And a lot of people are asking why I was doing it for free, because, nobody really offers this stuff for free. But this is more of a scouting opportunity for me to find new traders who can master, maybe one of my strategies. And then I'll be focusing on just fine tuning you as a trader so that you guys can trade my capital and we'll just, we'll both make money both ways. So this mentorship might be for you, might not be. Either way, you guys will be able to have access to my strategies and my techniques and stuff that I do with trading. However, for my next company, I'll be hand selecting a few people. I think we're picking maybe 5 to 10 people for this year. I basically want to make sure that all you guys can make 6 figures or more trading, because I'm going to be taking a percentage of that. So, the more money you make, the more money I make. So it works for both of us. Anyways, good afternoon, Maria. Good afternoon, everybody. Looks like there's a handful of people here. So let me see if there's anything here that I need to cover specifically. Yeah, I don't really have an agenda for today. I was just going to cover like stuff for the new course that I've released, and we'll just be going over like, expectations for the coming month. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys already went through the course and you guys have any questions regarding any of the strategies, trading in general, installing any of the platforms, using anything that I typically use, go ahead and drop your questions in the chat. I can clear up any confusion, show you guys what you need to do. If you guys haven't gone through the videos yet, so you guys probably won't have any questions. So, we'll go over basically the curriculum for this mentorship. I'll tell you guys what to focus on. I think we're just going to focus on one strategy for this month. Typically I trade every day from 6:30 to 8, Monday through Friday. So that's generally going to be the times that I trade. That should be the times that you guys should trade too, because I basically, for this mentorship, I want to guarantee your guys' success. So if you guys only trade when I trade and only take the trades that I'm taking, it's basically guaranteed that you guys are going to do well, because I'm very selective with the trades I take and I'm very selective with the strategies that I apply. Even though I do have like a handful of strategies, we're going to be focusing on mainly just one. So it looks like majority of people are here. So I guess we can just get started. So let's see. I guess I'll just start off by giving you guys a brief intro on myself. So if you guys don't know me, my name's Sean. Majority of you guys do know me personally. This mentorship's meant for like friends and family, but I did open it up to pretty much everyone else. So some of you guys here may be mutual friends or mutual family to my friends and family. So, this is all open to all you guys here. I've been trading for about 10 years now, well over 10 years. I've been on and off for 10 years. I've been full-time for probably 5 or 6 years. Prior to becoming a full-time trader, I was an attorney. So, I didn't just hop into trading and uh and 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 choose this like from the start. I did the traditional path that like most people do. I went to college, went to law school, became an attorney, worked for a big firm, got paid pretty well there, but it was super stressful. So I wanted an exit from that career path, and I went into trading. So before trading, I was working at a firm, and I was, working like 40, 80 hours a week. And I just wanted an exit from it because it was too stressful. So, I got into trading, got really good at it, and now I do this full time. So I don't really work very much anymore. If you guys have seen me, if you guys have been following me for a while, I haven't really worked very much. Like last year, I didn't work at all. I don't feel like I worked a day in my life. Like all last year, I pretty much just traded with you guys from 6 to 8. But we do trade as a community. So we trade every morning at 6:30. It's me and probably like 100 of you guys here, or not here, but within the community who trade with me. And we pretty much just hang out every morning. We just hang out, look for like 1 or 2 trades a day, lock in the trade, and then I'm done for the day. And I do whatever I want for the rest of the day, which mainly is like hanging out with my dogs. So if you guys have been following me for a while, I didn't work at all last year. I didn't really mentor last year. And that's why this year I'm getting back into mentoring, but mainly just to be mentoring to scout for new talent for my new company that I plan on starting this year. So that's a little background on me. I started with stocks and options. I don't know if you guys have any background with trading, but I started trading stocks when I was like 18, went from like stocks to options between that period. Then I started working like a normal job, 9 to 5. I couldn't trade in the morning. So I went to Forex or currencies, whatever you guys want to call it. And that market's 24 hours. So I traded that pretty much for a while. And then from there, the past 5 or 6 years, I've been trading US 30. So if you guys are not familiar with those terms or assets or any of that stuff, it's completely fine. We're going to be mainly focusing on US 30 for this mentorship, because that's mainly what I trade in the morning. But my strategies do work on pretty much all types of assets. I'm a momentum trader, and I trade in the direction of trend. So basically, if you have an asset that you want to trade, like for example, I'll show you some of the strategies here. This is the main asset that I trade, which is US 30. Basically, US 30 is the top 30 stocks in the US. It's an index that's combined. It's very volatile. So like you don't really have to look for any other type of asset to trade. With stocks, if you guys have ever traded stocks before, you'll see that some stocks are really slow, some stocks are really fast. And it's a little difficult. I think one of the main problems with a lot of people who trade stocks and other assets is that they're trading stuff that's not in play, stuff that's not really moving. With this asset, you can trade this pretty much every day and it'll be moving as long as you trade it between 6 and 8. So I think that's like the brief rundown on my background, prior to trading and into trading. I've been trading live pretty much every day for the past 5 or 6 years. It's pretty much been like a little experiment for myself, because I wanted to demonstrate a proof of concept, right? That my strategies and concepts actually work. And if you guys ever checked out, or if you guys have already checked out my YouTube channel, basically, if you look on my YouTube and you want to just review any of my previous live sessions, you go to lives here, and you guys can pretty much watch all of my live sessions. I've been trading live every single day for the past 5 years now. So everything with the blue background is my live trading session, Monday through Friday. Everything with the green background is a mentoring session. So I do one group mentoring session a week. For this mentorship, I'll be doing multiple ones. So typically our normal group mentoring session will be on Mondays at 2 p.m. But if you guys want me to host another mentoring session, just send me a message and I'll schedule it. This week will be a little bit difficult to set any other mentoring sessions because I am going out of town on Friday. I'm going to be in Cabo for the weekend. So you guys will see me trade live from Cabo on Monday. But next week, I'll be more open to setting up more mentoring sessions. So we'll have our first mentoring session on Monday at 2 p.m. Every Monday, I have that same mentoring session. But if you guys can't make that mentoring session and you want me to host it on another day or at a different time, I'm open to holding as many mentoring sessions as possible, as many as you guys need, basically, to get you guys on point. If you guys look back at the other live sessions here, we have these orange ones, which are one-on-ones. The green ones are groups. Blue background is going to be live sessions. And if you guys want to see the strategies, you can go to videos here. Pretty much everyone's live profits from each day are going to be in gold. Everything in red is going to be a different strategy or a different explanation that I've provided. So that's just a quick rundown on everything here if you guys want to go back and rewatch. But it looks like we can get started with covering a couple. Let's see, one question from Song here. Song's asking, maybe another session in the evening for 9 to 5 people. Yeah, no, definitely, Song. Let me know what time works for you, Song, and then we'll put a poll up in the group and we'll see what everybody else what works for everybody else, right? Because we want to have like a time that works for everybody. So yeah, I'm fine with an evening session. We can even do it a different day. So we can probably do like Monday for the normal group session, and then Tuesdays we can do another group session. It's just up to you guys' preference. And then also Maddie's here in the group right now, I think Maddie's here. Yeah, Maddie's here too. So Maddie's basically like my protege. Maddie, he messaged me about like 2 years ago. He had no experience trading, so he knows like pretty much everything that I've taught him, and he's, you know, reached that next level in trading. So he's going to be helping me with this mentorship. So if you guys ever want to have like a one-on-one mentorship with either me or him, he can help you, because the thing is, he knows like everything that I've taught. So if you have any questions regarding any of the strategies, or if there's any confusion or anything small that you guys need help with, Maddie will be helping as well. So you'll see Maddie in the chat. He's been helping me with a lot of things lately, and he'll be helping with this mentorship as well. So yeah, Song, if you want to have another mentoring session, like another scheduled one per week, just let me know, and then we'll work that out. I'm gonna try to make myself as available as possible, so that we can all pretty much get on the same page. But you guys will see, like you guys will be focusing on one strategy, so it's not going to be super difficult. As long as you guys can attend the live sessions, I think that's going to be the biggest thing for you guys, because with trading, there's no linear way to learn everything. When you guys do learn stuff, it's all like in bits and pieces, and then eventually you guys will put the pieces together and it'll make sense to you. You know, if you guys have had any trading background, you guys will understand that there's no one way to learn. There's no one way to trade, and there's no one way to learn. You guys will see that the way that I trade is very different compared to a lot of people. I scalp. So I'm usually in a trade for a few seconds or a few minutes. I'm usually just fishing in the market. I'm like waiting for a good trade. And then once I see a good trade, I'm in and out within a few seconds or a few minutes. And you guys have seen my profits. If you guys have been following me on social media, you'll see that I post my profits every day. Like for example, here are my profits from Friday. So on Friday, I took one trade. I locked in 1,300 off this account, 1,500 off this account, 800 off this one, 800 off this one, 800 off this one, and 1,000 off this one. So I locked in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6,000 profit within just, you know, a few minutes of trading. And then also I posted everyone else's profit. So if you guys have seen the videos, at the end of every day, I post up this video here with everyone's live trading results, and it pretty much showcases everyone's profits in the group. So like you can see Sisu over here locked in 8,000 that day. Christy locked in 145. So it depends on your account size. If you guys are using a small account size, you'll make profits in the hundreds. If you have a bigger account size, you'll make profits in the thousands. You may see Natasha over here, 870, my profits, and Sisu. My goal here is basically to have you guys on this level, right? To have consistent profits every single day. I have about 6 accounts. So the way that I'm going to be teaching you guys is that you guys will be setting up a trial account with the funding company that I use, which is FTMO. And my goal is for you guys to have as much profits as one of my accounts here. So you guys can see, I'll see if I can maximize this right here. This is basically the main goal for you guys here. So I have 6 accounts right here, right? Or there's 8 accounts here. I just got paid out on this account. So these accounts are no longer valid, but you know, adding up my profits here for the week, this is just for last week. I locked in 5,610, 2,430, 4,640, 4,790. 6,880, 6,880, 6,880, 3,864. So for last week, I locked in a total profit of 41,974 across all my accounts. My goal here is to give you guys one of these. So I'm sure if you guys can make, you know, 5,000, an extra 5,000 a week, that's going to make, you know, it's going to make a big difference in your guys' life. And you know, and things that you guys can do. Like, this is really simple for me. I'm taking like 1 or 2 trades a day, but I have multiple accounts. So like eventually in the future, when you guys master like trading, or not really master it, but get things down where you can be consistent, you can start adding on accounts. So like for me, obviously I have 6 accounts. I'm going to make a lot more profit than everyone else. But my goal in this is really to like get you guys on that level where you can lock in at least one of these accounts. Sorry, my dog is sleeping right now. Okay. I hear barking in the background. Anyways, so main goal of this whole mentorship, guys, is to make sure that you guys can lock in Consistent profits like I do for one of my accounts. If you guys can do that consistently, that's where you guys will move on to the next step in this, which is work basically trading for my firm. And we'll be splitting profits at the end of the year. And then from that point over there, we will, I'll teach you guys how to like set up multiple accounts. So, one of these profits will be split, and then you guys will have all these multiple accounts where you guys can keep all the profits. So, we all win with this type of business model. But obviously the better you guys do, the better I do. Let's see, question from Pamela. Pamela is asking, oh, Auntie Pam. She said, can you not do this all in one account? So for my accounts over here, I have there's a max allocation per account per company. So let me just maximize that again. So for this here, these are all like one account, and each account is worth 200,000. So for one of the companies that the main company we're using, FTMO, you can have a max allocation of 400,000. So I have two accounts here. They both add up to 400,000. That's going to be just one company. So each company has a max allocation. This company over here, which is called MFF, I don't really recommend it as much. This is like a secondary company. You can see the profit difference, right? For my main company here, I'm making about 1,500 per trade. This I'm making like 800. So they kind of undercut me a little bit on this company. So I don't really like using them. And this company undercuts me a lot more, because you can see my profits for the week. I made 6,000 on this one, and then I made 3,000 on this one. Huge undercut on these companies. But each company it has their pros and cons, right? So like for this, the main company that I'm going to be recommending to you guys will be called FTMO. They have a max allocation of 400,000. So you can do this. I mean, technically, if I had 1.2 million, yeah, I could do it on one account. But what I'm doing is I'm spreading my risk across multiple companies. So I have 200,000 per account here. They max out my allocation on this one at 400,000. And then this company over here maxes out my allocation at 600,000. So I have three different accounts here. Each account is 200,000 each. So yeah, in reality, you can have one main account. That's kind of where I'm moving towards, because I do have these multiple accounts here. But once I start up my own firm, and I'll be trading my own capital with, the traders that I do choose to trade with me, I'll be able to be doing that under one account. So yeah, you can do this under one account if you have the capital for it. But, I don't have like 1.2 million just laying around for me to gamble. So for the most part, I usually spread my risk across these other accounts, and then I just max out how much I can get from them. So there's three main companies here that I use. One that I do recommend, the other two that are like secondary. But yeah, eventually at some point, it is something that you can do where you can put them all on one account. But for this, I have a copier. I have one main account that executes all my trades, and then I have this copier that pretty much just copies all my moves. So I'll take one trade on this main account up here, and then all these other accounts will just copy exactly what that account does. So it's kind of like trading. It's technically like trading on one account, except they're separated across different accounts. Sheena's asking, do you trade your accounts simultaneously through something like Social Trader Tools? Yeah, that's the same exact tool that I actually use, Sheena. I use Social Trader Tools. I have everything linked up to my main FTMO account. Question from Jessica. Jessica's asking, can you have more than one account under FTMO? So you can have a total of 400,000 allocation per person per address. So I know like you and Lucas are going to both be trading. I don't know how that's going to work out, because you guys live under the same IP address. So I don't think you guys can have more than 400,000, but you guys will probably have to share an account. So like you can have a 200,000 account, and then Lucas can have a 200,000 account, but you guys can't have more than that, because I've tried it before. I try to do this with my parents. So I try to start up my own two accounts, and then I tried to link on like my mom's account, and then I got flagged. So they ended up banning me from a couple of the accounts. So they do a max allocation of 400,000. There's ways around it where you can use like a VPN, but it gets a little complicated around there. I wouldn't really recommend it. But I think for you and Lucas, I think you guys could probably have one account, and then you guys can share. One within that account, because we both can have like a 200K account each, but you guys have to be under the same account because they'll have to be linked to someone specifically. VW said, if I have a VPN hides my location, will that work? Yeah, I mean, you can, but there's going to be ways for them to identify it. So for example, if you're using a copier, like I'm using here, it's going to show that usually it leaves a footprint, like a digital footprint on your account. So like if you take a trade, and the copier copies it, your copier will typically leave a digital print, like, okay, this is the original account. And then it'll show like the source where it came from, right? So a lot of these companies, they have a risk team to like identify that stuff. The reason why they don't want you guys to be opening like a bunch of different accounts is because, say, for example, you have one person trading, right? And say he's trading like 100 accounts. Like, say, for example, I'm trading like 100 or to 200 accounts. If I lose one trade, I'm going to lose a lot of money, right, for that company. Like, for example, if I'm trading one account here, yeah, it's all good when you're making money. But like, say, for example, if I'm losing like 3,000, right? And then you multiply that times like 200 accounts, you're going to be risking that company about, 600,000. It's a big loss for like one trade. So that's why they have these risk teams, and they only they limit your allocation, because they don't want this to happen where, you make one mistake and then it ends up like destroying their capital because it just copies to all the other accounts. So, there's reasons why they don't let you have so many. My goal is that when we start this new company, I'm going to be able to show consistency, so I can pretty much work up a deal with these companies where I won't necessarily have to risk my own capital, and I can still trade with them, but we'll be able to have multiple accounts trading with them under the liquidity provider. So yeah, there's a way to do it, VW, but I wouldn't necessarily try it, because if you do that and they do ban you, you're going to get blacklisted from them. There's only like one really trustworthy company that I really use, FTMO, and that's a company that you definitely don't want to be banned from. So I wouldn't recommend it. There's ways around it, but it's not worth the risk, because once you get banned from that company, you're going to have to use like a lot of secondary companies, which aren't as good. And you're going to have issues with payouts, issues with execution times. And there's just there's a big issue to it. If you mess up with like the main company that provides liquidity for everybody. Let's see. Pam said, I know it's an 80-20 split for FTMO. For example, you showed me, that's just, so it's 80% of that. So I forgot what the number was, but yeah, I think the number was about like 41,000 for the month so far. So 80% of that, my take home was about 32,000. So I took 80% of the total profits. I think on my FTMO, I get paid more though, because like once you're consistent, they increase your payout. So it starts at 80-20. And that's another thing that I want to show you guys. Let me just pull up the website real quick. So this is the website that you're going to be trading on. I posted the details in the course over here, how to like get started and how to like get everything set up. They start you out at 80%, but once you're very consistent, they bump it up to 90%. So it says like, trader companies capital receive up to 90% of profits, and they cover the losses. The cool thing about this company, or just using these types of companies in general, is that you don't really need much capital to start with. Like, you just pay for the deposit to actually do the challenge. And then once you pass the challenge and then you prove that you can trade consistently, they'll give you an account where you can start making payouts. So instead of having to save up, 100,000 of your own money, you're basically trading for this company, and then they keep their 20% profit and you take an 80% cut. And the best thing about this is that if you lose any money, so for example, if I was to lose a trade tomorrow, right, or any other day, I don't owe that money to anybody. Once you go past their max loss, they just take the account away, and then you can just start the process over. But you're never really risking your own money. The only money that you're risking when you're doing these types of accounts is the deposit fee. So like, for example, if you want to do a $200,000 account, like what I'm doing here, you have to put a deposit down for 1,080 euros. That's just the deposit so that you can take the challenge and you're not basically wasting their time, right? Because why would they let you trade their account and then not get anything out of it? So like, for example, if you pass this, which you should be able to, like, for example, this past week, you have to make a 10% gain to pass the challenge. For this month so far, we made a 10.50% gain. So whoever was trading with me this past month, they would have passed. And they actually did. There's a couple people. Sorry, guys, 1 second. My dog's here in the bark. All right. So yeah, if you guys, so I'll go over this stuff a little later, guys. If you guys have any questions regarding this more in detail at some point in the future, we'll cover this. But I think this stuff is like not so important. Like what's more important here is just really getting stuff down and getting the consistency down. Once you like actually get the trading down and you're consistent, you're able to lock in profits, then you can do an actual challenge. For this mentorship, you're going to be doing a trial account. So you're not going to be making any actual profit off this. You'll just be able to trade the account that you will be trading once you're ready for it. But at the moment, we're going to be focusing mainly on just the trial account. So basically for this account here, for the first part of the challenge, you have to make a 10% profit on the account, which is about 20,000 on a 200K account. So once you pass that, you move on to the next step and you have to make half the profit, which is 5%, 10,000. Once you pass that, then you get funded. You're not going to be at this level yet, but at some point in the future, you will get to this point once you do the actual challenge. When you do the trial, they're just going to let you trade the account and you can see if you can pass the challenge, which you should be able to within the month period, but you're not going to be getting any actual profits off that yet. So the main thing with this mentorship is first you'll do the trial. You'll see if this is for you. If it's for you, you should be able to pass this challenge easily. Once you pass the challenge, then say, for example, if you want to keep going next month and you really want to keep focusing on trading, then you can do the actual challenge. And then from that point there, you can go and get the actual funded account and then you'll start making payouts following that. So we'll get more into this like a little later, unless you guys have any specific questions regarding, this company and whatnot. I know a lot of you guys don't have any experience trading. So like, I think our main focus for like today and for like the next couple of weeks is really just getting down the curriculum. And then later on in the future, you guys can get serious with this here. And then I'll show you guys how to treat this like as a business, moving forward, because when you do trade with a company like this, you get paid out as an independent contractor. So you can start your own company around this, get your write-offs for your subscriptions that you're going to have to pay for these trading platforms that you're using. And there's just, it opens up a lot of opportunity for you guys once you guys start treating it like a business. So like, let me go over the curriculum real quick for this here. So I'll just give you a brief rundown of like what we'll be copying or what we'll be going over. So I'm sure a lot of you guys went over this already. I think I put this in the email to go over module 1. Telegram is going to be the messaging platform that we're using. So if you guys don't already have it, go ahead and download it. This is pretty much how everyone gets in communication with me. So this is the platform right here, Telegram, and you guys can message me directly. You can message in the group. This is pretty much where everything's posted. So basically every morning at 6:30 or around 6:20, I post up the Zoom link. This is going to be the link for the live session. And this is where you guys can join in on the live session real time on the Zoom. From this here, we'll be on the Zoom like how we are right now. And then I'll be showing you guys my charts. I'll be going over my analysis, and then I'll be telling you guys when I'm entering trades. So just going over the curriculum, the first thing that you guys should have is the messaging platform Telegram. Once you guys sign up with the link that I sent you guys, you'll have the unique links to join the premium groups here where everything's posted. And then from there, you guys can get your links to join all of the groups. The second thing over here is going to be the Zoom platform. Obviously, you guys already have it because you guys are here right now. So you guys are good with that. The next module over here is the Trading View platform. So I'm not sure if anyone here hasn't downloaded it. If you guys haven't, it's completely fine. This is a Trading View platform right here. This is where we're going to be doing basically all of our analysis, charting, and breakdowns of each of our trades. So this is just like where we do markups and stuff so that you guys can see where trades are going. I'll go over this in detail again a little later once we go over the strategies and whatnot. But this here is a Trading View platform. This is where we're going to be pretty much doing all analysis and breakdowns of our trades. Going down to the next module here, MetaTrader 4. I think most of you guys downloaded this as well. For the MetaTrader 4 platform, this is where we're going to be executing all of our trades. Let me go ahead and log into my, so I started a trial account with FTMO so that you guys can see how this is set up. Maddie's asking if the mentees have indicators ready. So they don't, some of them do have the indicators, Maddie, but not all of them. Because I don't think everyone signed up for the not everyone's signed up for the mentorship yet. Let me log into my trial account here. Damn. All right, I don't have my login for that account right now, guys. But anyways, I can't drag my MT4 over here. Sorry. Whenever I drag my MT4 to my screen here, I have a separate screen that's just for MT4. I have 4 different three different screens here. I have one screen for my trading view and like basically where I show you guys stuff. I have a second screen over here on my right side, which is my MT4. I would drag it over, but whenever I drag it over, it usually corrupts the platform because the platform's not native to Mac. So I'm not going to do that right now. But if you guys have any questions regarding MT4, just feel free to drop them in the chat and then I can help you with that. But MetaTrader 4 is basically going to be the trading terminal that we use to execute all of our trades. So basically all the platforms that you need are going to be listed right here. Telegram for messaging, Zoom for the video, TradingView for our charting, MetaTrader 4 for executing the trades. And then you can probably skip over these two right here, 1.5, the broker, because I'm not necessarily going to recommend that you guys use these just yet. The main one that we're going to be using is going to be 1.7 module here for FTMO. This is the one that I just covered right now. If you guys are not familiar with this, just go here to ftmo.com. There's a link there on the website. I pretty much gave you guys the details here, how to sign up and get everything set up. Here's a link to the website. Once you open the website there, just click on free trial. And then you can sign up for a free trial there. You don't have to pay for anything. It's completely free. It's just basically testing out the platform and making sure that it's useful to your advantage right there. So that's pretty much all the stuff from the first module. And then moving on to the next module over here, there's a video here that I posted using the TradingView platform. So if you guys click on this link here, once you guys get into the course, this will show you pretty much all the tools that I use for TradingView. I'm not going to go over them here because there's just too much stuff to cover with regard to TradingView, but there's not too many tools that I use. There's just a few specific tools that I use. And when you guys watch this video here, it'll break down exactly what tools you'll be using and what tools to focus on. The next module here is for MetaTrader 4 commonly used tools. Basically for MetaTrader 4, I don't use it for too much. What I mainly use it for is just to execute my trade. So literally all I do on this platform is I just hit buy or sell. And that's pretty much it. I have a tool that I use here. So there's different types of videos here. There's a video here, how to install the quick trade manager. This is the tool that I use to automatically execute my trades. And then for this right here, this is basically the daily tools that I use, which is not very much. It's just used to buy and sell my entries. If you guys have not looked at this yet, there's also a link here to install the tool that I use. I can see that there may be some confusion installing this. So if you guys have any issues with this, just let me know. And then I will walk you guys through it either today or in tomorrow's group mentorship, because I know it is a little confusing if you guys are on the Mac, but I also set up a video here, how to set it up. So it shouldn't be too difficult, but I could see that there may be some confusion with installing it. Let's see. Martha said, is there any specific sign up? Is there a specific sign up for the mentorship? Thought we were already in it. So did you pull up the email, Martha? Let me see if I could. So there was an email. Okay, if you're already signed up to it, then that's the link for the mentorship. Okay, you did all pre-course work. Yeah, so I mean, you guys are in the mentorship. This is the mentorship video, right? So if you guys signed up for it, I sent the link out to you guys directly. So everyone in this Zoom right now is pretty much part of the mentorship. So you don't necessarily have to sign up for any other sign up to join the mentorship. Unless you haven't signed up for these things here, which I'm pretty sure you have, because I think we talked before through email, right? So you do have Telegram. I'm sure you have Zoom. Obviously, you're in here right now. I'm pretty sure you have TradingView as well, and then MetaTrader. So I don't think there's anything else that you have to sign up for. Aside from, yeah, I think you should be good. If you sign up to all that stuff, then you would just message me for your, or you would send me an email for your access to the indicators. But I think for the most part, okay, gosh, yeah. So you said you will download the indicators after this call. Yeah. Yeah, so there isn't really much that you have to do aside from getting the indicators. And then once you get the indicators, I'll go over, I'm going to get to that point here. We already went over module 1 and 2. Module 3 over here is going to be all the indicators. So these are all the indicators that you'll have access to. And then on module 4 over here, I'll go down the list and I'll show you exactly which strategy we're going to be focusing on. But I think you're pretty much good for the most part, Martha. you have everything installed and downloaded. Let's see, Song's asking, how do we access your indicators? So let's see. Song, I think you've signed up for the mentorship already, right, Song? So if you signed up to it already, there should have been an email with directions on how to get access to it. I'm not sure if you signed up to the mentorship link yet, but if you have, there should be directions on there how to get the indicators. Typically, you'll have to email it to me or email it to the support team. But once you email it to me or the support team will handle it and they'll update your profile. But I'm not sure if you've signed up to the mentorship through the links. That's how you'll get access to the course. And then once you have access to the course, that's how you'll get access to the indicators. Because you'll need an account linked to the indicators in order to unlock them. Yeah. So there's two different, let me just see if I can pull up the email real quick. So for the email, I sent you guys the, I'll see if I can pull it up. It's not too much here. Let me see if I can just pull it up right here. All right, so this is the email that I sent you guys for the mentorship. If you sign up for the free intro course, this isn't the mentorship one, Song. The one that you would have to sign up for would be the one down here, where it's to start your mentorship process. Once you click this link here and sign up, it'll bring you to the actual course. And then once you get to the actual course, you'll get a welcome email, and they will send you the, or I have the details right here, Song. So if you just scroll down to the email where it says start your mentorship process, it'll give you like all the details here. So it says, once you're signed up, you'll receive an automated email with your unique links to join the groups. And then, oh, sorry, it's not detailed in here, but once you have that automated welcome email, that's going to be the details on how to unlock your access to the indicators. Basically, you're just going to email me your trading username. And then from there, you will have your access unlocked, but you'll need an account with this here to get access to it, because I can unlock it for you, but if you're not signed up to this, then at the end of every day, it's going to reset. So you're not going to retain access to the indicators. Yeah, no problem, Song. Let me scroll up real quick. Let me see, there's one more thing here from Nick. Perfect. Yeah, so Rick said Nick said, I have 100K account purchased and ready. I will only be taking verified trades with Sean on the live streams with that account. And he's going to record all his trades and send them in the Telegram chats. So you guys can watch his progress. Yeah, no, perfect, Nick. That'd be awesome. I think that'd be useful to everybody here. But anyways, going back down the list, let me just go back down to where I was going. Okay, so we went over module 1. Module 2. I made this like super simple, guys. It's meant to be very simple like this. The thing with trading is that there's so many different things that you can cover, but my main focus is just going to be on one strategy, so that you guys can just be all on the same page. Because the problem with this here, if you guys have access to the course, you'll see that if you scroll down further, you'll see the original course here, where there's a ton of videos here with a ton of strategies. I have about 20 strategies that you guys can apply, but what I want you guys to focus on are only the modules here that say Kodi Kai Trades 2.0. So if you open up the course here, let me see if I could, or I mean, you guys can see it from here on the screen. Anything that says Kodi Kai Trades 2.0, that's going to be your main focus. Just look at these modules here and pretty much disregard everything below it. I mean, you guys can look at it if you want, but to avoid any confusion, just stick with anything here that says Kodi Kai Trades 2.0. Because everything below is pretty much from the original strategies that we were teaching, which still do work completely fine. But the main problem with a lot of new traders who join into the program is that they get overwhelmed because there's so much information and there's so much stuff to cover that they don't know what to focus on. So with this here, I mainly recommend that you guys just stick to everything that has Kodi Kai Trades 2.0 after it. So we went over module 1, we went over module 2. Module 3 right here is going to cover pretty much every indicator. You don't necessarily need to know all of them, but it's useful to have knowledge and understand, what each indicator does and how it's useful to your trading. So like the first main indicator here would be the momentum indicator. The second one will be the trend meter. I'll show you guys these on the chart once we get to that point. But right now, I just want to show you guys the videos here. the momentum indicator, the trend meter, the pivots, the SRV2, the high-low, sessions high-low, and the SR indicator. So these are all the indicators right here. And then going down to module 4, there's 3 different strategies here. And I'll show you guys these on the chart because they're a lot easier to show you real time. There's 3 different strategies that you will be focusing on. And it's just going to be these top 3 right here. The momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation, momentum scalp, and the red flags. The breakout 2.0, I don't necessarily recommend anyone apply this unless you know what you're doing. But our main focus is going to be on module 4.1. So 4.1 is going to be the main strategy that I'm going to be recommending that you guys take. These 3 come in order: momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation, and momentum scalp. But this one right here has like the highest probability, because this right here will be the initial entry. This will be the middle one, which is likely to hit for sure. And this third one over here is usually when the movement has exhausted itself. And I'll show you examples on the chart on how that works. But for the most part, just focus on module 4.1 with regard to strategy. This is going to be the one that you guys will be looking to take every single morning. These all come right after each other. So you have one that's risky, this one that's safer, and this one that's a little risky as well. So these are the main strategies that we'll be applying during the live session, but the ones that you guys want to focus on specifically is going to be 4.1. And I'll show you on the chart what we're looking for. So let me see if I could show you guys real quick. I think there was one that came up on Friday. And I'll see if I can just show you guys a quick example as to how that specifically works. So Friday morning. I can't remember if there was one that we took. I know we took one trade, and I think it was this one right here. I'll show you guys all 3 of them applied. So I'll just give you guys a quick rundown of this, the setup that we're looking for. And this might be over your guys' head. If this doesn't make any sense to you guys, it's completely fine, because you guys have, some of you guys here have experience trading, some of you guys have no experience. So we have a bit of a mixed bag here. So it's kind of hard for me to mentor people in a group like this, in a group setting, because not everyone's on the same level of knowledge when it comes to explaining how everything here works. But the main thing with this here during the mentorship is that you guys are going to be trading with me live for the most part. So you don't really have to know anything about trading. You guys really just have to focus on following on what I'm talking about and understanding, when the entry comes. But it shouldn't be a big problem, because I'll be breaking down exactly when I plan on entering the trades anyways. So let's see. So Alana's asking, how long exactly does the trial last before we start getting billed? It should start after a month. So if you signed up today for the trial, then and I'm sure you're talking about the course, right? So for the mentorship thing where you get access to the indicators, for that it'll start. So your access starts on the 29th, and then on February 29th is when when the billing starts. So if you guys don't want to continue your access, or if you guys feel like this isn't for you, just go to your billing settings and then cancel. You won't be charged for anything, but you got to make sure that you cancel for everything that you sign up for. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Sorry, there's an annoying ass dog outside that keeps barking, and he's making my dogs bark. So 1 second, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Anyways, so yeah, Alana, your trial will start from the day that you sign up until a month later. So just, a heads up to you guys, if you guys decide, within this month period, if this isn't for you, because I know trading is not for everybody, it just isn't for everybody. The thing is, it can be for everybody, but it isn't. So if you guys ever decide, a day from now, a week from now, a couple of weeks from now, if this isn't for you, just go ahead and go to your billing settings and just cancel, not just for this, but also for TradingView. So if you guys signed up for TradingView, go into your TradingView platform and then cancel that as well. And I think your FTMO is fine, because there's nothing that you guys get billed for unless you do an actual challenge. But I think, let me see what I had you guys sign up for. So the main thing over here would be, I think that's about it. It's just for the mentorship and then also for the trading view. So those would be the two main things that you guys would be canceling if you guys decide not to do it. Since you guys are not focusing on these right here at 1.5 and 1.6, it won't matter because for you guys to have an account with them, you have to deposit money, which I'm trying to avoid completely. I don't want you guys to pay for anything, you know, especially if this is brand new to you. You just want to make sure that this is actually for you. Because the thing with trading is like, it takes a lot to really be consistent with trading. I know a lot of people, you guys will see on my social media and you'll see other people post profits every day. And the thing is that, you know, this wasn't an overnight thing. So if you guys decide to continue, go ahead and continue. But if not, just make sure you log into your trading view and into the mentorship website and then cancel from there. Because that's the only way that you guys can get access to the indicators is if you guys have a live account. And that's why that special link that I gave you guys have, it should have been waived. Like you shouldn't have been charged anything. And then it should have been waived for this specific month or the month that you signed up for. And then it'll continue following that month. So, you know, at any point, if you guys want to cancel it, just feel free. Let's see. Question from Jessica. Jessica's asking, we can only copy your trades for so long, right? Because when you train up your people, you won't be doing it live trading anymore, correct? No, I'll still be trading, Jessica. So even though I'm done, like, because, you know, how I mentioned before earlier this morning, you know, transitioning this company into a trading firm versus an educational firm, because I'm not necessarily looking to like mentor like a lot of people. I want to just mentor like 1 or 2 people under me, and I'll have other mentors mentoring people as well, so we can focus on your success, right? Because we're all going to have a stake in your success. If you guys are successful trading, you know, the more money you make, the more money we make, because we'll take a percentage of your profits. And that's the exchange that happens there, right? We basically guarantee your success trading, and then we take a cut from whatever you guys make, but we're also going to be trading our own accounts. So even though we moved from an educational company to more of a trading firm, Jessica, I'll still be trading live every day. So you don't have to worry about that. The thing with me is like, I'm still going to trade live every morning. Even if we start the firm, I'm still going to be trading live every day as well. So I'll still be live streaming my trades. So the thing is, if you guys don't want to learn how to trade, which I think is a lot of people, because trading isn't necessarily, it's not necessarily easy, right? It's hard to really master and get everything down. So if you guys don't really want to learn how to trade, like actually learn, you guys will still have access to like my live sessions. So every morning I'll still be trading live. You don't necessarily have to know what everything does. You just have to know how to follow directions and listen, right? If you can listen and you can hear when I'm saying, okay, I'm going to enter at this time. And then I'll show you an example of like how that will play out. I'll show you an example of a couple entries right here that played out. And then from this point right here, you guys will see that I give you guys little hints. Like I'll tell you guys, okay, if this happens, this happens, and this happens, I'm going to enter this trade. And then we're literally going to be sitting together watching this candle here close. And as soon as it closes, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to enter when this candle closes. As soon as I enter as soon as the candle closes, you guys will hit buy or sell same time as me. And you guys don't necessarily have to know how to do anything. You just have to know how to hit buy or sell, and you have to know how to listen. I know right now it might seem kind of funny that I'm telling you guys this, that like you have to know how to listen, but you guys will be surprised how many people don't know how to listen, right? If everybody listened in my community, everyone would be super rich by now. But the thing is, a lot of people do not know how to listen. And the problem with trading is that you guys are going to get it's going to get greedy, because trading is really just like gambling, except I'm gambling like on the casino, right? Because I have an edge in the market. So like whenever you go to a casino, right, majority of people lose at gambling because they don't have an edge. They kind of just gamble. They just take a trade, or they take a bet, but they don't really know where their bet's going to be going, right? For me, when I trade, I gamble and I trade like I'm going to be specifically, like I know exactly where price is going. And I'll show you like how I know that. Because whenever I take a trade, I confirm a couple of things in the market and I know price is going in one direction. So if I take a trade and I just hold on to it for X amount of time, it'll go in that direction. So yeah, trading is kind of like gambling, because I get that question a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, so you're just gambling, right? I am gambling. You can't avoid that. You are gambling, but you're gambling with an edge, because I'm basically gambling like I'm the casino. Because whenever the casino, like you gamble at a casino, they know you're going to lose, right? So the thing with me is it's like I'm gambling in the market, but I know I'm going to win. So you guys will, if you guys participate in the community, you guys will see a lot of different different types of people. Like you'll see when I post profits every day, it's typically the same people every day, right? Like, where's my profits for the day? Yeah. So if you guys have seen here, like all of these different posts right here are different people in the group, right? You can even click on their picture. Like Christy over here made like 145. She joined the group like her picture says been that bitch. She's been in the group for like she was in the group a couple years ago. She came back and then now she's not super successful, but she's getting there. Natasha here as well. You'll see like the same people pretty much post profits every day, but there's like a good handful of people who are consistent. And then you'll see a lot of people who are in the group, but they're not consistent because they don't follow directions. Like I was gonna say someone's name, but you guys will see him. You guys will meet Steven in the group. There's this guy in the group. He like does the complete opposite of like what I do. If I tell him to buy, this guy will sell, and he'll wonder why he lost a trade. He's like a clear example of someone who doesn't listen. And then I tell him I'll tell people not to trade, and he'll keep trading. And then, there's no surprise that he's not consistent. So when you guys go on the live sessions over the next couple of weeks and next couple of months, I'll kind of point out people and you guys can see what they're doing. They're kind of doing something different from me. And you'll understand why they're not consistent, right? They like being in the community because they like being around people who trade, but they're not necessarily doing what I'm doing. And you'll see there's a lot of banter in the group, and you guys will see you'll see why it's fun and why I continue to trade live every morning. Because when you trade by yourself, it gets really lonely and you can dig yourself a pretty deep hole if you don't have anybody checking on you. But with my trading, it's like we're all doing the same thing. So like it's inevitable that you'll succeed as long as you follow directions. So anyways, I kind of lost my train of thought, but let me see what I was going over here. Let me scroll up real quick. All right, Pam said, just to confirm, you need to sign up for TradingView, MetaTrader, FTMO, and the mentoring. Yes, that is correct, Pam. So first you'll sign up for TradingView. If you go back to that email that I sent out to you guys. So, or if you go to the course, actually, the course is a better place to look. So if you go to the course over here, yeah, the first thing is TradingView or Telegram. So Telegram is one of the places too. I'm not sure if you're already on here at the Pam, but if you are, Telegram is where the link will be posted for the live sessions every morning. Once you have this right here, you'll have the links to get into the groups. And then that's where all the live session Zooms will be posted. So every morning at about 6:20, it's usually 6:20 every morning. I'll post up this link right here. It'll say the Kodi Kai trading room is live. Click the link below to hop in, and the Zoom link will be posted there. So that's going to be number one. Okay, gotcha. So you have Telegram and Zoom, so you're good with that. TradingView is the next thing. Use this link here to sign up for TradingView. MetaTrader. You just have to install this. You don't have to sign up for anything for MetaTrader. This is just a platform. So it's kind of similar to TradingView over here. So you just download it and then you install it to your computer. And then going over to the next thing over here, FTMO. Yeah. So basically, let me just go up to your list. TradingView, MetaTrader install, FTMO. Yeah, you'll sign up for a trial account with FTMO. And then when you sign up for FTMO, guys, choose the 200,000 account. I know it might seem like a big number to you guys, but I want you guys to be yielding the same profit as me, right? So if I make $1,000 profit on one trade, I want you guys to make 1,000 profit as well, so that you guys can understand the process, right? In the future, you don't have to do a $200,000 account. So if you want to do a smaller account size, they have a $10,000 account, which is cheaper to run, a $25,000 account, $50,000 account, $100,000 account. But what I use is a $200,000 account. So I want you guys to use exactly what I'm using so that you guys can see, you guys can see how it works, right? How it works in my perspective, so that you guys can kind of see what you're aiming towards, right? At the end of this mentorship, if you want to go for a smaller account, you can go for a smaller account. Just keep in mind that you're going to yield smaller profits. So like the thing is, I don't want you guys to sign up for a $10,000 account and then you guys are using different lot sizes and then you guys get confused because your position size is way different from mine. So when you go here, just go to go to a free trial. You'll sign up here. I already have my account, so I can't really sign up for one. But when you sign up for that free trial, just choose 200,000. I know the number will be big, but this is just for this mentorship so that you guys can see the same numbers that I'm seeing, so that you guys can be on the same page. Because I don't want you guys to think like, oh, Sean took that trade and he made 1,000 or 2,000 off that trade. Why did I only make $100, right? So we just want everybody to be on the same page for this specific mentorship. But in the future, if you guys want to do a smaller account, you guys can do whatever account size you guys like. So choose the $200,000 account, pick US dollars as your currency, your leverage, pick the max. I think it's like 1 to 500, and you should be good. And just keep in mind that this is a trial, so you don't have to put any money into it. It's completely free. There's nothing that you guys need to worry about. All right, perfect. So let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, Song said liking the direction you're taking the company, got to buy and sell like a robot. Yeah, exactly. It's basically just like psychology. Like once you guys start to trade, you'll see that the strategy is very simple. It's really just executing. And you guys will see it. Like it might seem like it's very simple from my explanation, but when you guys actually do it real time, you guys are going to get nervous and scared because you're going to see a lot of big numbers flying around and you're not going to know what to do. So, yeah, the thing with trading is it's crazy because a lot of people think you have to be really smart. You have to be really big, like really good with numbers. But realistically, you don't. You just have to know how to follow directions. The way that I trade, it's all rule based. So it's like a checklist. I'll put one of the strategies right here, which is the main strategy that you guys will be applying with me. So you're basically just checking off the list here. So like when you guys are looking for these entries here, you're just checking off the list. If this happens, then great. If this happens, then great. If this happens, then great. If everything here checks off, then you can enter the trade. You don't have to know anything about numbers here. There's no math involved. There's no, like, you don't really have to do much. It's really just checking off the list here. Once everything is checked off, then you enter the trade. So like what Song said, it's like trading like a robot. Like literally you're checking off the list there. Once you're checked off, then you can hit the buy or sell button. And then the tool does everything for you from there. So you don't have to worry about anything. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get towards here, like with the next company that I'm, moving towards, is I'm trying to get everybody on the same page. Because if everyone can follow directions and just hit buy and sell at the same time, we all make X amount of profit off that. So for example, if I was to make like 2,500 off one of these trades, like I was mentioning before, if I make 2,500 off a trade and then I have 10 other people doing that with me times 10, that's a $25,000 profit, right? It's a huge profit compared to me doing it by myself. So that's kind of why I'm trying to get you guys to do this, so that you guys can show me that you guys are consistent with just following directions. So you don't really know, like, you don't really have to know how to trade. You just have to know how to like look to identify what you're looking for, and then knowing when to enter a trade. You don't have to worry about exiting the trade because the tool that I'm showing you guys, that I showed you guys, the quick trade manager, it's going to exit for you. So the only thing that you're really used for is to just hit buy or sell when it's necessary. And that's pretty much it. Scrolling down further, let's see. Yeah, Nick said overtrading, revenge trading, and over leveraging are the three main reasons outside of not following the rules. Yeah, exactly. Three main reasons for failure. Yeah, so it might not make sense to you what Nick is referring to in the chat, guys, but eventually you guys will see, because you guys will see how easy it is to make money in these markets, but you guys will soon understand how easy it is to lose money as well. It's easy to make money, but it's even easier to lose money. So the main thing with trading is not necessarily taking every move that you see. The main thing with trading is really avoiding losses. And I think that's why a lot of people fail at trading, because they don't understand how to stay out of the market, right? Because even just like showing you guys here, like if you guys look at my signals here, if you took every trade, yeah, you can make a ton of profit. But if you take a couple of mistakes, you can easily just blow your account pretty quickly. Let me scroll down a little further. Alana said, have you tried these strategies on ES? Do they pretty much work the same? Yeah. So all of my strategies here, I'm a momentum trader. So as long as this, like whatever you're trading, Alana, if you're trading YM, which is US 30, if you're trading NQ, which is the NASDAQ, if you're trading ES, which you mentioned, S&P, they all work the same. So realistically, all you need is volume and momentum, right? The market needs to be moving. If you're trading ES, the market's going to move the same thing. So you can pretty much use the same strategy, but on ES, if you wanted to, and you'll be looking for the same exact thing, same exact requirement, same exact strategy, same exact indicators. It's just on a different asset. So like this specific type of trading works for pretty much anything that moves very volatile, which is pretty much anything during its specific time period of trading, like ES, NQ, YM. You can trade all these at the same time I'm trading, 6:30 to 8, and it'll work perfectly fine. All right. Yeah, Alana said awesome, but the indicators only work on one platform, right? Yeah, so all the indicators only work on TradingView. I actually had to get these ported over. So I originally created these indicators for Thinkorswim because that's what I traded on before. I'm not sure if that's where you trade on now, but that's one of the main platforms I used before. But I copied them over, right? I didn't copy them, but I translated them over to ThinkScript over here, or not ThinkScript, from ThinkScript to PineScript, which is TradingView, in order to protect the code. So yeah, these indicators only work on TradingView. So if you wanted to trade on Thinkorswim or any other platform that you trade on, you'd be doing the same exact thing that we're already doing. Because, for example, I do all my analysis on TradingView, but I do all my executions on MT4. See, scrolling down, Kenny's asking how are profits taxed? So your profits are taxed depending on what type of account you're using, Kenny. So if you're using this account, the one that I'm referring to, FTMO. So if you're trading with this company here, you're not making capital gains on the profit that you make. They're paying you out as a contractor. So the way that you get paid out through FTMO is once you make your profits at the end of the month, you can choose whether you want a bank transfer, bank wire, crypto, check. I think I wouldn't recommend check, but the main options are bank transfer, wire, crypto. I feel like there's another one, but I can't remember what it is. It's basically like PayPal. So that's how you'll get paid out, but you'll get paid out as a contractor, because when you're working with this company here, what they're doing is they're giving you an account to trade, but you're not necessarily trading like a live account. So what they're doing is they're doing the same thing I'm doing. You know how I have a copier here. Basically, let me see if I can pull that up again. Okay, so looking at this right here, right? I have one account. One account is my main account. This is where I trade off, right? So everything that happens on this account copies to my other accounts here. For FTMO, when you're trading on a company like what I referred to, this company FTMO, they do the same thing. So they give you basically a demo account because they don't want you to be trading like live money, right? If you trade a live money account and you end up blowing the entire account, that's a lot of money for them to be risking with someone that they don't really know. So what they do is they have you trade on a demo account. And when you take that trade, it copies over to their real accounts, right? So you don't get tax capital gains on that because you're not making money off that actual account. What happens is you're copying to their account. And then when you copy over to their account, they make profit. So they pay the capital gains and then they pay you your percentage as a contractor. So like, for example, if you're a barber or what else? A car detailer, hairstylist, a caterer, anyone that does, if you do a service for someone, right? If you're doing a service for someone, you get paid out as an independent contractor. It's self-employment. And that's how you get paid out through FTMO. So that's how you get taxed. That's why, like, not right now, I'm not going to break it down for you now because it's not really of importance. But once you start to make money trading with them, when they pay you out, you should probably start, some type of entity like an LLC or an LLC Texas and S Corp. That's what I do. And then you basically just funnel your money through that account, and then you can get your deductions from there, and then that's how you'll get paid out. So. Yeah, exactly. Well, no, you don't get a 1099. You have to file it yourself. So they'll pay you out, but then you have to report it yourself. So your CPA will just identify everything as self-employment. Because this company FTMO, they're not located in the US. They're located in the Czech Republic. So they're not under scrutiny of like US tax laws. So they're not going to give you a 1099. They'll pay you out, but it's your responsibility to identify that profit as self-employment. So Yeah, which is not a difficult thing. Like you just set, I mean, you know, you're familiar with like the business side of things. So like you just have a separate business account. So that's another thing too. Once you guys start to get paid out, eventually you probably want to set up a separate account so that you get paid out through that specific account so that you have everything separated. So if you're working like a normal 9 to 5 job, your W-2 profit, or not W-2, well, basically your W-2 income is not going to be commingled with your business income, which will be from trading. So yeah, it's not as difficult as it sounds. It might sound a little confusing, guys, if you guys are not familiar with business or anything like that. But you know, once you start to get payouts and stuff, I can probably break that down a little more for you guys. And I can probably refer you over to a CPA, or you guys can probably even use my CPA if you guys want to, if you guys are local. But yeah, let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think Pam here is a CPA too, so she can help you out with that stuff. Yeah, you know, the whole tax space is a gray area. So yeah, once you guys get to that point, the Pam over here can help you set up your, or she can help you with getting everything all set up and get your tax situated. Yeah, no, thanks, Author Pam, for the help there. Let me scroll up real quick. Luis is asking, how many times are you hitting the buy or sell button each day? Probably hitting it maybe once or twice a day, Luis. So I'll show you my trades for this week so far. So for this past week, I only took a couple trades. So Monday was January 23rd, I believe. So I only hit the buy button twice this day, Luis. I made 1,170 off my first trade. And then my second trade, I made 1,720. That's just one account. So like basically 2,800 times 6. 2,890 times 6. I made about 17,000 that morning. I just hit the buy button twice, and that's how much profit I made. Actually, I hit it 3 times. I take that back. So I hit it 3 times right here. I took one more trade, hit the buy button 3 times that day, hit it at 645, 651, and 744, made 3,850 off one account. This is my main account here. Everything else copies from this account here. So for that day right there, I made 3,850 times 6, made about 23,000 on Monday, just taking 3 trades. That's about it. So that's on Monday. And then on Tuesday here, I took 1 trade. So I hit the sell button once on Tuesday on the 24th. I made about 1,860 off my main account times 6. So I made about 11,000 on that day. So all I did was I sat around with you guys here on the live session for like an hour, or not even an hour. We started at 6:30. I took my first trade here at 7:18. So like 30 minutes in, hit the sell button, and I locked in 11,000. And then on Wednesday, I didn't take any trades. Thursday, I hit the buy button about twice. So you can see here, I took 2 trades on Thursday, I believe. Locked in 1,570. So 1,570 times 6. Locked about 9,000 that day. Just took 2 trades. So you guys can see there's a pattern here, right? I'm only taking like maybe like 1 to 3 trades a day. Some days I'm not taking any trades because I'm only looking for like the good entries. This was Friday, locked in 1,360 off this one. So I hit it once on Friday. I called this, like this day was an easy day for us. Like market opened at 6:30. I took this trade at 6:36 and then I was done for the day pretty much. Made about 8,100 that day. So you know, the thing is, I don't want to throw out big numbers here because I don't want to get you guys hopes up like super big, like just straight out, because it's not going to be super easy. Like I make it look super easy here. You guys can see my consistency every day. I'm taking maybe like 1 to 3 trades a day, if not any trades. But the thing is, I'm looking for quality. So like whenever I take a trade, I'm like looking for a perfect entry and I'm just hopping into that trade. So like I was mentioning from the course over here, you know, you're going to have 3 opportunities to make an entry. There's 3 different strategies that come up here: momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation, and a momentum scalp. You're looking for just one of these, which is possibly going to be the momentum scalp variation. So I'll show you an example of like how you'll apply that here. And I'll show you how easy it is, you know, to really like hop into that trade when it comes up. So let me just scroll down real quick. iPhone's asking, how many accounts do you need to have the copier? I mean, you can have as many accounts as you want. You really only need 1 account, but I mean, if you're going to use a copier, you have to have one copy account and one main account. So you only need like 2 accounts. And you don't have to have a real account. Like you can open an account with a different broker and then still copy it to your other account if you like. Let me close this real quick. My alerts are going off. I'll leave it alone. The market just reopened right now, guys. So you're going to see some alerts come up on my screen. Let me scroll down real quick. Alana is asking how many contracts per trade usually. I'm taking 100 lot, and that's equivalent to like a 10. I don't know how many contracts it is. It depends on your broker, Alana. So I'm not sure like which one you're using. For FTMO, we use micro lots. So I think this is equivalent to 10 contracts. It's 100 lot, but it's a micro lot size. So if you're using a standard lot size broker, one standard lot is 1 contract. So if I'm using 100 lots and it's a micro lot size, it's probably equivalent to a 10 contract. So, I mean, it just depends on like your broker. So I'm using about a 10 contract on mine, given that this account is a $200,000 account though. So that's why I can take a contract size that big. So that's why I'm able to, so here's the thing. A lot of people like to ask questions like that, right? Like what's your contract size? I trade off percentage, right? So if you look at my results at the end of the month or at the end of the week, every week I'll post my profits, right? So typically I'm risking like 1.5% per trade. I'm risking 1.5% to make about 0.75%. So like, for example, here for this week, I made about 1.5%. Because I only took like, well, there's 2 official trades. Obviously, I made more because I took like 5 or 6 trades. But for the official trades, there's only 2 that were counted out of like my 7 or 8 trade that I took. So typically when I'm trading a $200,000 account size, I'm risking about risking about 1.5%. So sorry, wrong number there. 200,000 times. So I'm risking about 3% per trade, or 3,000 per trade, which is equivalent to 1.5%. So I never really base anything off contract size. I base everything off percentage, which is, I think, how everybody should trade. Whenever I see people trade a lot, they just base everything off profits, or they base things off like lot size, which I don't think is a good way to do it, because you don't really see any consistency there, right? Because you'll see a lot of people use like different contract sizes, but they have a different TP or stop loss. So like the thing with me is I have a set TP stop loss whenever I take a trade. So I'm always risking the same percentage. It doesn't matter if my stop loss is 1,000 or 100 points away or 500 points away. It's still going to be a 1.5% risk. So contract size isn't necessarily going to be like the most important thing. For our live trades here, you're going to be using the same, lot size as me. So we're going to be using like basically a generic 100 lot size for the most part, unless the trade's bigger. So we'll go over that stuff a little later too. It's just a little more, I'll give you guys the numbers, because there's going to be basically 2 different numbers that you use for your lot size. For me, usually I'm always on 100 lots because I'm very confident about the moves that I take. But for you guys specifically, obviously you guys want to use proper risk per trade. Yeah, exactly. Alana said trading less is the hard part. That's really what it is. It's really the consistency and discipline that you need to develop with trading. That's why like trading is really, it's a mental game. It's not necessarily, it is a skill game, but if you have my tools here, my strategy, you already have the skill locked in, right? It's really just executing and knowing when and when not to enter trades and whatnot. Let me scroll up real quick. Hey, what's up, Salim? Salim is asking, what's up, Sean? Are all those FTMO accounts? No. So let me just show you again real quick. Okay, so let me see if I get. So these 4 up here are FTMO accounts, but I just got paid out on these 2 right here. So this one right here and this one, the second and third account, these are all FTMO accounts, but this one over here, I got paid out middle of the week. So what happened was they gave me a new account. I think they moved me to a new server. So they typically move people to a new server if they trust them more. I think that's the thing. They have another server where they send you guys to, or they send the trader to, if they like start to really copy their trades, because obviously I'm very consistent. So they want to take my trades. These two right here are the same account. It's just this one over here, I got paid out, so they gave me a brand new login. And then this is basically this account, but I continue trading on it later this week. So I have two FTMO accounts. These right here are MFF, which I don't recommend to anybody unless you've maxed out your FTMO. And then this one down here is a TFF account. Those are three different companies, guys. So this one's FTMO. This one's MFF, which is short for My Forex Funds. And then this one down here is TFF, which is short for True Forex Funds. I don't recommend this company down here. This company's been like ripping me off for like the past couple months now. They still pay me out, so that's why I still use them. But their execution times are not good. So just stick to FTMO. If you guys have not maxed out your FTMO, don't move on to any other company. Let me scroll down a little bit. Yeah, Maddie said FTMO, MFF, and TFF, but always just focus on FTMO first. Once you max out allocation on that company, then move on to the next one, which should be MFF. All right, so question from Rashina. Sheena's asking, how do I feel about FundIndex? I've never used FundIndex, and I've never actually even heard of them. So I don't have any opinion on them specifically. The only company I'll ever recommend to you guys is FTMO. I've been trading, for a long time now, and I've been using funding companies for the past, 3 or 4 years. FTMO is the only one that's been reliable over the years. So that's the only one that I'll recommend. Question from Salim. Salim is asking what's the max I can have with FTMO. It's 400K. That's why I only have two accounts. I've already maxed out. That's why I moved on to the other ones. So 400K max with FTMO, 600K max with MFF, and then 600K max with TFF. Let's see, Pam said, once we download TradingView, MetaTrader, and FTMO, I assume we need to bridge all platforms right now. For TradingView, this is a separate platform. So TradingView and MT4 are basically the same type of program, Pam. It's they're both trading platforms. So for TradingView, this is all you're going to be doing. Like you're just going to be doing your analysis and charting on here, which you don't really need to do. Like if you're just going to be on the live sessions with me in the morning, you don't even have to do anything on here. This is just going to be for you to follow so that you can have like the same setup as me. So this here is not really used for much aside from just looking at and analyzing and marking up and stuff that you will see during the live sessions. MetaTrader 4, that one is going to be bridged with FTMO. So this is a trading platform. MetaTrader 4 is a platform as well. And then your FTMO, they'll give you a login. For that login, you're going to log into your MetaTrader 4. So those two bridge together, but TradingView is by itself. It's just used for analysis and marking stuff up. But MetaTrader 4 is going to be where FTMO, you'll log into your account. And then from there, that's where you can execute your trades and whatnot. Yeah, no problem. Let's see, Madhu and I live together. He just received full allocation on FTMO, so I most likely will not be able to get an account with him, correct? Yeah, unfortunately, it does not look like you'll be able to get an account with him unless you do what we discussed earlier with a VPN, which I don't necessarily recommend because the last thing you want to do is get on the bad side of FTMO. So I would probably recommend that you just sign up for MFF. That'd probably be your best option since Madhu is already fully allocated with his 400K. So Madhu is like one of the guys that I was just mentioning to in the group, guys. Like Madhu is one of the guys who's been trading with me for a couple months now, or not a couple months, couple years now. He didn't really find consistency in the beginning, but this year and over the past couple of months, Madhu's been like very consistent because he started to really follow directions and follow what I've been preaching for this, these past couple of years. And now he's been very consistent. So Madhu's one of the guys in our group who wasn't very consistent in the beginning. He actually thought about giving up on trading, and now he's very successful. Now he has a total of 400K with FTMO, like myself. And if I pull up, let me see if I can pull up Madhu's. Yeah, so like from before, like you can see me and Madhu, he's been in the group since like April of 2021. In the beginning, he wasn't really having like the most consistency because he would go back and forth with his profits. But lately, he's been posting his profits here with me. And he's been very consistent, right? This was on January 23rd. He locked in about 4,000 that day. So you can see how many trades he took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, all wins, total profit of 4,000. And then this one, 7,000. So every day he's been very consistent. 2,000 on this day, 2,000 on this day, 1,700 on this day. And the consistency continues. So yeah, Madhu, for you and your girlfriend, I know you're maxed out on your account, so you probably don't want to like set up another account because it'll probably cause some issues with FTMO. You probably just want to have her sign up for MFF, and then you guys can just do it that way. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said amazing growth. Yeah, Madhu's been killing it. I think he got funded directly like in these past couple of weeks or past couple of months. Past 2 months, he allocated a total account size of 400K, which is huge. Let's see. Alana said, so I can analyze with you on TradingView and execute with a different broker, or should I use FTMO? I'm all set up with Apex 150K account at the moment. So I'm trying to see if I can stick with that. So I've never heard of Apex, Alana. So I'm not sure, like, if their execution times are good, if their spreads are good. Those are like a couple of the things that you have to be aware of, because not everyone is equal, like not all brokers. So you can use Apex. I've never been familiar with them, so I can't say if they're good or not, or if like you'll be able to execute these types of trades, because some brokers don't allow for, well, I mean, it's not that they don't allow, it's just that they don't like scalpers. So the way that we trade, we scalp typically, or we day trade. I'm not sure if you've day traded or scalped with them before, if it's possible. If it is possible, you can just stick with them. And whenever I enter a trade here on TradingView, you can just enter and exit at the same time we do. So yeah, you can use whatever broker you want. But since I haven't used Apex, I'm not sure if like their spreads are too wide, because if their spreads are too wide, then it's going to be impossible to like scalp with, right? Because you have to actually cover before you can make any profit off that. So I don't know about their execution times, and I don't know about their spreads, and I don't know about their commissions, because there's a couple other funding companies, like this company called E8, I believe, is based out of Texas. They're a funding company as well, but their commissions are so high that it's like it doesn't make sense to scalp with them, because I'll make like 1,000 with them, but they'll charge me like 700 in fees. So it just wouldn't make sense. So it is possible to trade with your broker, but I'd probably make sure that they are okay with scalpers. And you can just try on Monday, Alana. So you can sit in on the live session on Monday, and you can take whatever trade we take, and if it works out fine, then continue to use them. So there's no need to go to FTMO if you already have your own broker or your own company that you're using. It's just up to preference. Salim's asking, wait, so two people in the same home can't have an FTMO? No, they can't. It says it in your agreement, Salim. So when you sign up to FTMO, you basically agree to it. You say that there's only one, you can only have like one account per household. Yeah, no problem, Alana. Anne's asking, hi, Sean. So when should we start joining you on the live trades tomorrow? Yeah, you guys can join whenever you want. So like everything that you guys sign up with here, FTMO, Telegram, pretty much everything. Once you guys sign up to so the email again is going to be right here. Once you sign up to everything here, you'll have access to pretty much everything. And so like if you want to hop on the mentoring or the live session tomorrow, you're more than welcome to sign on, and then you can take whatever trade that we take, right? Once you have everything installed and set up. Once you have everything installed and set up, you're pretty much good to go. You just need to execute. That's really what it is. Like you don't even have to know the strategies or anything like that, because I'll be explaining it on the live session. Pretty much what I do recommend though, if you guys want to go on the live session tomorrow, go to the live sessions here and just watch a couple of these ones from last week or the week before. Just watch any of these ones with the blue background and you'll see the process, because every day I'm doing the same exact thing. If you guys can understand when I'm entering trades on these live sessions, then for tomorrow, it's going to be the same process. Once I'm doing it on the live session, if I say, okay, I'm going to enter on this trade, I'm going to enter a buy, then you can just hit your buy button and you can enter that trade with me. Since you're trading a trial account, you guys don't have to worry about anything, right? So if you lose money, it's not a big deal because it's not your money. It's just play money at this point. So yeah, when you guys sign up with the trial account here, and don't worry when you guys sign up for this here, because once you have a trial account, if you want to start it over, if you want to do another one, just open another email and then just open another trial. Or you can just email them, say, okay, I messed up on this trial. Can you guys just delete this and then make me another one? And they'll give you another one. Just keep in mind, like when you go on the FTMO website right here, there's a help button right here for live chat. And they're pretty quick. If you go to that live chat, they'll go and they'll sort out your problem right away. So say, for example, you start tomorrow and then you screw up, right? You make an accident. It's not the end of the world. You can just message them and have them give you a new account. Or you can just keep trading on that account until you feel comfortable. And then once you're comfortable, you can reset it and then get another one. So be okay with making mistakes tomorrow, guys, or throughout this entire mentorship, right? This mentorship's not meant for you guys to get everything down at once. You'll learn a lot of the stuff of trading through trial and error, right? You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to be perfect straight out the gate. So, go ahead and make the mistakes. You're all on trial accounts anyway, so it's not like a big deal. You're not losing any money. You're not risking anything. You can literally do whatever you want. But eventually you guys want to find that consistency. That's going to be the main thing with this whole process here. All right, Jessica's asking, what do we have to have open to trade tomorrow morning? So the main things that you want to have open, and so here's the thing too, with TradingView here, guys, you guys probably don't even need this. If you guys only plan on doing what I'm doing, like if you just want to copy exactly what I'm doing, what I would recommend is to just have the Zoom on your full screen. Just have your Zoom open, because I'll have my charts open like this, right? So if you guys are here on the Zoom right now, this is exactly what you guys will see tomorrow. So if you guys don't even want to learn how to trade and you just want to do what I'm doing, like literally copy exactly what I'm doing, then just have your Zoom maximized, because you're literally going to have my charts open like this. So you don't even have to have this open on your chart. So I just want to make it clear, if you guys don't want to trade, like if you don't want to learn how to actually trade, then that's completely fine. If this is just like for fun for you and you just want to play around and see if you can make money with like following my trades, that's completely fine as well. If that's the case, which I think it's going to be the case for most of you guys, because I know a lot of you guys don't have time to really put in the time to actually get trading down specifically, just have your Zoom open. So have your Zoom open full screen so that you can see my charts here. So it's basically like you're having your own charts, but you're following along on mine. Just have your Zoom open and then have your MT4 open, Jessica. So I know you're on your laptop, so you probably don't have a second screen, but if you do have a second screen, that'd probably be easier. I have 3 screens here. So I have one screen for just my charts. I have one screen just for my MT4, and then I have another screen for my chat below. So for you specifically, if you just want to just copy my trades, and I think that's what you're doing, right, Jessica? I know like you want to make things as simple as possible, which I think would be best in your case too, so you don't make any mistakes, right? It's kind of hard to make a mistake when you're like following exactly what I'm doing. Just have these charts open so that you can follow along when we're entering the trade, and then have your MT4 open. Like, that little buy and sell button that I showed you earlier, Jessica, just have that where it's like accessible. So like you can have the screen open and then you have that buy and sell button open. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to enter a trade right here for a buy. You're just going to have your finger ready on that buy button. As soon as I enter the buy, you hit buy, and then you just let the trade run. And then eventually hit your TP or your stop loss. It'll probably hit your TP because I'm not taking anything too risky. So yeah, the main things you need to have open is probably just going to be Zoom and then your MetaTrader 4. That's literally it. So yeah, I'm trying to make things as simple as possible. I think in the beginning, guys, you guys should probably just sit on the Zoom and just like follow what I'm doing so that you guys can see profits come in, right? Once you start to see profits come in, you're going to be more confident, and then you're going to want to learn more. Once you make some profits on these accounts, then you're going to be like, okay, you're going to get interested, and you're like, okay, I want to actually learn what Sean's actually doing. And then at that point, you can start pulling up your trading view, and then you can start executing it yourself. One of the issues here as well that I just realized is that I'm using YM data. So, this whole mentorship, I was trying to make sure that you guys didn't pay for anything at all. I wanted everything to be completely free. But for this right here, in order to get this data, you have to pay for this data. I pay for this. It's not very much. It's $4 a month for live data directly to the exchange. You guys can get free data as well. So like if you type in US 30, this is the same asset as YM here. The only difference is that when you type in US 30, this data here is from a broker. So the problem with that is that when you get broker data, they get to set their own prices. So you'll see that pricing will be a lot different and movement is not going to be as accurate. For me specifically, I pay for this data. So I have data directly from the exchange. This is from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME or CBOT. So what I do is I have the raw data. This data comes directly from the exchange. It's the most accurate data that well, it's not necessarily the most accurate, but it's one of the most accurate. The most accurate you can get is from ICE, which is another clearing company or another exchange that they'll pull data from. And for that one, you're paying like a couple $100 a month. So like I'm fine enough with this here, CME Group. And this is something that you guys would have to pay for if you wanted these charts. So if you guys don't want to pay for anything and you just want to test this out and see if this is for you, then you will just like you'll pretty much just you'll use my charts to follow, and then you'll just make the executions on your FTMO. But then once you guys are ready to like actually do this stuff yourself, then you can go ahead and buy this data. To buy this data, you have to go into your billing settings on TradingView, and then you'll choose futures data, which is from the CME Group. It's about $4 a month. So you guys don't have to pay for that. Again, I'm trying to make sure that everything is completely free for you guys, so you guys don't have to worry about anything. Just so that you guys can get your feet wet and you guys can get started. But in the future, if you guys do want to pay for it and you guys really want to make this, a career for yourself, then you guys can do that. But like for this first month, you don't really need to do it, because I'm going to have my charts open with you guys every morning, and I'm pretty much going to be doing all the analysis, and you guys can just follow along and listen. And then over time, if you guys want to start learning and applying stuff yourself, then at that point you can start to practice the strategy yourself, and then get the data set up on your account. So all right, let me scroll down real quick. Question from Angelo. Angelo is asking, is there an MT4 app? So there was an MT4 app before, Angelo. Unfortunately, with the whole Russian-Ukraine war going on, they actually took it off the App Store. The problem with it was that I guess Russians were like, they were basically passing money through MT4 accounts. And I guess MetaTrader 4 is a Russian company. So with the war going on, they're not allowing people to download it right now on the iOS. They took it off the iOS platform. So if you guys were trading before, like I have the app on my phone because I had it from before. I have it and it still works. But if you don't have the app and you never had the app, there's no way to really get it on your phone right now. So you have to use your computer to execute the trades. So unfortunately, that's going to be an issue for people who can't be on the lives during the morning session, because you'll have to have your computer to execute the trades on MT4. I'm pretty sure that they'll be allowing it at some point in the future. Like they'll re-enable it on the iOS app, but probably not until like the Russian-Ukraine war is over, because they're basically they're just pushing money through the app. Because like the thing with trading is crazy, because like a lot of these brokers, they're not from the US. Like this company here, FTML, right? There's nothing wrong with it not being the US, but this company's not in the US. And then a couple of these other like brokers that you use are not from the US as well. So like a lot of these a lot of people from Russia, they're just depositing money in these broker accounts, and then they're just basically pushing money around through these trading accounts, and then they use MT4, and then that's kind of like where it raises a bunch of red flags, and they're not allowing you to use it right now on the iPhone. But you can get it on your Mac though. So if you have a computer, you'd still download the platform, but you just can't get it on your phone app unless you have an Android. So if you have an Android, I think they still allow it. It's just on iPhone that they've taken it off. Yeah, Nick said you can get an Android emulator on your iPhone if you really want to trade on your phone. Yeah, that's an option, but I wouldn't really recommend it, because since you're using an emulator, it's not going to be a native platform. And if you are executing and trading, your emulator freezes, you're going to be screwed, because you're going to be stuck in that position, or you're not going to be able to get out of it if your emulator doesn't work. So yeah, not recommended, but yeah, if you really, really, really need to trade on your phone, then you can do what Nick said. You can use an emulator, or you can go buy an Android and you can use an Android to trade. But there's no point. At that point, you might as well get a computer or a laptop to trade on. All right, question from Alana. Alana is asking, do you tell us our TP and stop loss prior to entry or during the trade? The TP stop loss is fixed. So let me go over this strategy now. So we've pretty much gone over a lot of the stuff here that we needed to cover. If there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Otherwise, the first thing I'm going to go over here is like the entries that we'll be looking for. So I'll put the requirements here for the specific strategy that we'll be applying. So during the live session, this is a trade that came up on Friday. I'll go ahead and put the requirements on this screen over here. So these are the 3 strategies that we will be applying during the live trading sessions. So again, if you guys don't want to learn how to trade, you really don't need to have this stuff, because I'll be explaining this stuff step by step, and then we'll be looking for the specific entry as it comes up. And if you guys want to see how this is applied and how I'm explaining it, just go to the YouTube channel, and then again, go to live session, pull up any of these videos with a blue background, and you'll see me explain, or you'll see the real-time analysis and how these trades are taken. So I'd recommend you go to this page here on the YouTube and just watch one of these videos, because this video will show you exactly how everything's applied. But I'll kind of just mimic what I do during the live sessions right here to show you an example of like a specific entry. So the thing with these strategies here is that these all come in order. So when we're looking for an entry here, generally this is going to be the first one that comes up, the momentum scout failure, and this is going to be the second one to follow it. This is the one that I want you guys to really focus on. So this is the entry that I want you guys to actually take. For this right here, this is just going to be a confluence and confirmation, but this one's going to be the actual entry that you want to take, right? So with that said, we have everything pretty much lined up here, all these strategies. The first strategy that we'll be looking at will be this one right here. So I'll just give you a breakdown of what we're looking for. As I mentioned, everything here is pretty much marked up as a checklist. So for this specific strategy right here, first you want to confirm the overall trend. Basically, the trend is like where price is going. If you can see where the trend is, you can basically assume that price is going to continue in that direction, because price will continue trending, right? So for the first requirement here, you want to confirm the overall trend on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute time frame. So looking at this here, we have the 1 minute time frame right here. We have the 5 minute time frame right here. We use 3 different time frames to confirm where price is going short term. You guys will see on the live session that I have 2 different charts here. I have this one for short term, and then I have this for long term. So I really know where price is going, within the next 10 minutes. I know where price is going the next 30 minutes, the next hour, the next day. So whenever I take a trade, I make sure that all this stuff's confirmed. So whenever I take a buy or a sell, as long as it's in the direction of the trend, if I can hang on to that position for X amount of time, eventually it'll hit my profit target. So that's kind of what I was mentioning before, that whenever I trade with an edge, right? Like for example, everything here is trending up. So of course, I'm not going to look for a sell here. If I look for a sell, it make no sense, because I'm going against the trend, and odds of me hitting my trade are not likely, right? So looking over here at the first requirement, this might go by pretty quickly, guys. So don't worry if you guys don't get it right away. You guys will see that I pretty much go over this every single morning. So as long as you guys keep listening to the live sessions and follow my analysis here, it's all going to make sense. It's going to fall into place, because I'm looking at the same thing every single day. So confirming the overall trend, we already confirmed it on the 1, 5, and 10. You can see here that price is bullish, right? Bullish means price is going to the upside. You guys are going to hear a lot of these terms that you guys might not be familiar with. When I say price is bullish, that means the price is going up. When I say price is bearish, that means the price is going down. So looking at the trend over here, you can see that the trend is bullish because a couple of things that I look out for here. I first look at to see where price is with regard to the pivots. The pivots are going to be these 4 lines below. And just keep in mind that you guys will have the ability to ask me specific questions, right? So if this stuff doesn't make sense to you, just take note of it. Write down your question, and then eventually we can go over it, and then I can explain things more in detail. Because I know a lot of this stuff is not going to make sense to you, but there's three different tools that I use. So I created these different algorithms here to identify the trend. Basically, whenever price is above these lines right here, these are called the pivots. I've created this indicator and I call it the pivots. Basically, whenever price is above, this is going to indicate that price is trending to the upside. It's bullish. Whenever price is below it, this is going to indicate that price is bearish, right? So going over to step 1 over here, you can see that price is above the pivots. That's going to be one step that I look at. That's going to confirm that price is bullish there. I'm also going to look at my trend meter below here. I also created this indicator down here. When it's green, this means that price is bullish and it's going to the upside. When it's red right here, it means that price is bearish and it's going to the downside. So there's a couple of things that I look out for here when identifying the trend. I look to make sure that price is above the pivots. That's one step or one confirmation. And then I make sure that the trend meter down below is green. So price above the pivots, trend meter green. This is going to confirm that price is bullish here on the 1 minute time frame. I'll turn the indicators back on real quick to clean things up. So this is going to confirm that price is bullish here. Looking on the 5 minute, I'm looking for the same thing, right? Again, right here on the 5 minute, you can see that price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Once you confirm that there, you can assume that this is bullish. Going over to the 10 minute over here, you can see that I'm looking for the same exact thing, right? Price again is above the pivots, trend meter is green. So I can assume that this is bullish on 3 different time frames, which is required for this specific strategy. First step right here, confirm overall trend. We can confirm that's bullish. Once that we confirm that they're all going the same direction, we move on to step 2. For step 2, you want to confirm retracement momentum signal on the 1 minute. The momentum signals are going to be these vertical lines here. So let me go and turn everything else off so that you guys can focus on that specific thing here. So looking at these vertical lines right here, I'm going to turn off the extra color. Whenever you see a green vertical line here, this is going to indicate that momentum is swinging to the upside. So this is going to indicate that we have a bullish momentum here and momentum is going to the upside. When you have a red signal like this is going to indicate that momentum is heading downwards. So red downwards, green upwards. For this step over here, you want to confirm that you have a retracement. Retracement means that you have a momentum signal against the trend. So for example, here, we confirm that the trend is bullish, right? Because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So this indicates that price is bullish. When you have an opposite signal here, momentum coming down, but the trend is upwards, this is going to be considered a retracement. A retracement means that price is just coming down slightly, but it is going to continue up. So for example, right here, you can see we have a sell signal, but price is bullish, right? So this is considered a retracement because when you get something like this, this just indicates that price is coming down temporarily before correcting back up, right? So again, guys, this might be a lot of information if you guys are brand new to trading, but eventually if you guys keep following this and you guys understand what I'm explaining to you, it'll all make sense with time because you're going to see the same pattern repeat itself over and over again. So right here, you confirm the retracement momentum signal. Once you confirm that sell signal right there, you move on to the next step. You want to confirm that volume is below average. The volume indicator is going to be down below here. These bars on the bottom, let me just turn everything else off so you can focus on that. So this right here is volume. Volume is basically going to indicate the movement of price on the chart. So if you have volume over here pushing up and it's like super high, this is going to indicate that price is really moving heavily in that direction. This blue line right here is going to be the average. So whenever these volume bars are above the blue line, this is going to indicate that volume is above average. When price is below the blue bar, this indicates that price is below average. So above average, below average. For the step 3 over here, you want to make sure that volume is below average. So let me turn the indicators back on. So price here is bullish. We have the retracement momentum signal. Step 3, you want to confirm volume is below average. You can see here that this red bar is below the blue line, right? So once you've confirmed all of that, you can enter on the close of the candle. So as soon as this candle here closes, each candle here is 1 minute. So you're not going to see it real time right now, but there's going to be a timer here on the right-hand side. And then when it goes down to 0 and this candle here closes, this is where you would make your entry for the trade. So right there, you'd have the setup. Your TP stop loss right here is going to be either 100 pip TP or 300 pip stop loss, depending on the range. So for example, here, if you were to set that up, you can see that this is way too tight, right? You probably don't want to have a TP stop loss this tight because what may happen here is price might push lower, stop you out, and then push right back and hit your profit target, right? So since the range over here is super high, you want to use the 250 TP stop loss. So going back to your question earlier, Alana, you're going to have a fixed TP stop loss, but it's going to depend on the market movement, right? If the movement's moving fast, then you want to use a wider TP stop loss, 25, 50 with regard to points versus the 1030. Because if the market's moving slow, then this is fine because you're just going to go ahead and like let the trade play out. But if the market's moving fast, like it is right here, you can see like from this specific candle, going back about like 5 to 10 minutes, price has been moving very heavily, right? Because this is on market open. So what you're going to use here is instead of 100 pip TP stop loss, you're going to use a 250, 500, or it seems like you're trading futures. So I don't know if you know the difference between pips and points, but it's just different by 0. So like, for example, you have 10 points here, that's going to be equivalent to 100 pips. So this doesn't mean 100 points, this means pips. But if you're using a point system, which is typically what we'll use because we're trading futures, you'll use a 25.50 for this specific entry here. So once you have that set up right there, you would let the trade run. And you can see right here that it hits my profit target, right? So on this specific trade, if you were to take this trade on with us on the live session and you were using a 100 lot on FTMO, for this one trade right here, you would have made $2,500 in profit within 3 minutes. So each candle here is a minute. You would have entered on this one right here. So this is 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. 3 minutes in, you would have made $2,500 in profit. So that's this first entry right here for the momentum scalp failure. The next entry that would have came up, which is what you guys would be applying yourself, which would be this momentum scalp variation. So once this entry is done, typically you'll have this one that comes up right after. Looking at the first step, you want to confirm the overall trend. We would have already confirmed that because we already did that for this strategy over here, right? So we already confirmed that everything here is bullish. So we confirm that. Moving on to step 2, you want to confirm that momentum aligns on all the time frames. So looking at this here, you just want to make sure that things are bullish, right? You want to make sure there's a buy signal on the 5 and 10 minutes. So there's a buy signal here on the 10, buy signal on the 5. Again, if you guys don't want to understand these strategies, it's completely fine. Eventually, you should actually understand what we're doing so that you know what you're entering into. But if you're following me on the live sessions, you don't really have to know all this stuff like right away, because I'm going to explain it to you and it's going to make sense if you guys keep listening to the explanation. So for this here, you want to confirm the overall trend. Everything's bullish. Second, you want to confirm momentum. You have a buy signal over here on the 5 and 10. So we have a bullish momentum on both time frames, right? With that said, you want to move on here and confirm the retracement momentum signal. This strategy goes hand in hand with the momentum scalp failure because you have a sell signal here already, right? You've already identified it. So you already have that requirement met. For the fourth requirement, you want to confirm that price closes past the pivots. So again, right here, price closes below the pivots in retracement. This is going to be the next step here. And for the fifth step, you want to confirm that price closes past the pivots in correction of the overall trend. So let me take this out of the way. You can see here that this candle here now closes above the pivots in correction. And once you have that set up, you'll be taking the same exact entry again right there, but just at a different entry point. So once you have that, you enter on the close of the candle, and then you use the same TP stop loss. Everything's lined up here. You let the trade run. You can see trade kind of retraces down a little bit, comes back up, and then it hits profit target again right there. So if you took 2 of these entries right here, this one and this one, they both would have yielded you 2,500 each. So again, this trade here, another 3 minutes, 1, 2, 3 candles, you would have made another 2,500 on 2 of these trades. So you would have made 2,500 off this first trade right here. And then you would have made another 2,500 off this next trade right here. So you guys can see how lucrative this is, right? These here come up right after each other. So for example, this one here is risky because this is the first one, but if you see this one next, it lines up right after, right? So you hit these 2 trades right here, you would have made about 2,500 plus 20, you made 5,000 off these 2 trades right here within 6 minutes. And then here's the kicker. The kicker is you have another entry that comes up right after, which is this one, right? Again, you want to confirm the overall trend. You already confirmed that on these entries over here, so you don't have to confirm it. Everything's bullish. You want to confirm momentum. You've already confirmed momentum on this strategy right here. So the next thing that you're looking for is a buy signal over here. So once you confirm a green candle, which will come up eventually, see how there's a green candle right there? This now is going to be the 3rd entry, and these come right after each other, right? So again, right there, you have it set up, you let it run, and then another full profit right there. So you guys can see that this thing here lines up because whenever you have one entry and these line up right after, you're going to have entries that come up right after each other. So you have one momentum scalp failure, which was this entry right here. You would have made 2,500 off this specific entry on that one. So you made 2,500 on this trade. The next one right after right there, you made another 2,500, or you would have made another 2,500. I didn't take these trades because I forgot what was going on this day, but I'm just showing you guys the example of the actual strategy. But if you would have taken these here, you would have made 2,500 on this first one, 2,500 on this one, and then another 2,500 on this one. So you'd make a total profit of 7,500 within a few minutes. So your first entry happened right here. So within 8 minutes or 10 minutes, I guess 9 minutes total, 9 minutes total, you would have made 7,500 on just one account on FTMO if you would have taken all three entries. And this is why I'm taking my company in this route, right? So you guys can see if I can train 1 or 2 people or like 10 people to focus on just these 3 strategies right here, you guys can imagine how much money I can make doing this, right? Every single day. Like think about it. If each person follows this here and they make 7,500 in just one setup like this, and then I have like 10 people doing this for me, right? Times 10 people, I would have made 75,000 in like 10 minutes right here. Right. And then the thing is we both win because I'll take a percentage of this, but you'll keep a percentage as well. And then I'm also going to teach you guys how to make multiple accounts like this. So you're making a ton of money. I'm taking profit from maybe like 1 account, but you could have 6 accounts here and you could be making a ton of, like, you making a whole bunch of money on your own side. So I'm basically going to be guaranteeing your success because the more money you make, the more money I make. And then from there, you guys will be able to have your own multiple accounts here. So you guys will be able to multiply on that as well. So that's the route that I'm taking the company. And you can see here that this is why I'm like focusing on just mentoring a few people, because I don't want a lot of people using my strategies. You can see if I had like 1,000 people using the strategy, it's not going to work anymore, right? Because the market maker is going to find out what I'm doing and they're going to trade against me. But since I'm staying under the radar, like I can make as much profit as I need. And then we pretty much share the wealth across each other, right? Because I'm basically guaranteeing your success. And then by guaranteeing your success, I'm making more money. And then by me making more money, we all win. So it becomes a full circle, right? The money goes around full circle amongst everybody in the group. So that's why I kind of like reached out to you guys here who are brand new traders, because it's easier for me to teach someone who has no knowledge trading versus me teaching somebody who's already knowledgeable in the trading, right? Because if you teach somebody that already thinks they know everything, they're not going to follow my direction. But if I teach someone here that doesn't know anything about trading, you guys can just follow these rules here. You don't have to do anything else. You really just follow my direction and we all make money. So yeah, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I know this might be a lot of information to be hitting you guys at once, but it'll make sense over time. The thing is, I've been trading for like over 10 years now. So a lot of this stuff is like second nature to me. I don't have to think about anything really. Like I see these things on the charts. That's why I created these indicators here, because it was hard for me to explain. It's hard for me to explain these strategies to you guys without these tools. I know a lot of people don't like using indicators, but the reason why I created these indicators are to make my trading more efficient and for you guys to kind of see what's going on in my head, right? Because I could see all this stuff without these indicators. Like I created this stuff just to show you guys what's going on in my head, because typically this is what a chart would look like, right? If I showed you guys a chart like this, there's no way you guys could see what I was taking, right? Because there's 3 entries right there that you could easily see with my indicators here. But if I was to take everything off the chart, it'd have been super difficult for you guys to identify this stuff here, right? So that's why I created these tools here, so that I can kind of basically give you guys a deeper look into what's going on in my head when I look at charts, so that you guys can pretty much execute what I'm doing. But yeah, no, I mean, that's the next step with my company here. My company was originally founded on being an educational company, but I started to realize that it's way more scalable if I can focus on just a few people who like really want to trade. Like if you guys really want to trade and want to make a lot of money, like I probably made the most money trading in these past 2 years. It's crazy. If you guys have been following me on social media, you guys will see how my life has changed over like the past couple of years. I used to drive a Toyota Yaris. I'm driving a Porsche now. It's only been like a couple of years. Every 2 years I get like a new car. So like, and I just want to keep growing, right? I want to keep growing and I want to share the wealth and I want to share the knowledge and I want to share the experiences with you guys because it's like, it's crazy how like trading has like really changed my life. And I know it can change your life as well because, you're just doing the same thing I'm doing, but we're all benefiting from it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I don't know if there's anything else that you guys want me to cover. As I mentioned, trading is like, it's an open book. So there's not really a linear process where I can teach you guys everything. You guys kind of have to just dip into it and then figure out what you don't understand and what you need help on. And then we could build on that. But like for right now, a lot of you guys are brand new to this. So it's not really going to make sense right away. But once you guys sign up and you guys get access to all these tools and all these programs and you guys start playing around with it, everything will start to fall into place. So, yeah, if there's any other questions, guys, feel free to put them in the chat. We've been on this orientation for like about 2 hours now, so I'm getting a little tired. I need some water. So I've been talking for like this whole time. But no, I'm excited, guys. I'm super excited to like take you guys on this journey with me because this thing is like the thing with trading is like I feel like a lot of people don't think it's like possible because they don't really have a mentor. But now that you guys have me to learn from, I can show you guys exactly what's important and what's not important because I learned everything on my own. Like I never had a mentor. I learned everything through like YouTube and Google searches, and I pretty much learned everything. And I've taken all the good from the bad, and then I put them into my own systems where I, pretty much trade like this every single day. Yeah, no problem, guys. Yeah, Kenny said, appreciate you, man. Looking forward to learning from you and working with you. Yeah, no, you remember those Toyota days back in SD, right, Kenny? And that car got us everywhere. Let me scroll down real quick. Yeah, no problem, Pam. All right, perfect. Yeah, Nick said he switched from the 100K to the 200K to be precise as possible. Yeah, no, definitely, Nick. I think you should be fine, Nick. As long as you follow directions with like executing the trades in the morning, I think you should be good. There's only so many trades that we take. So as long as you just stick to that, I think you'll be pretty solid. Yeah, definitely, Daniel. No problem. No problem, Adu. All right, guys. So I think that's it for today. I don't really have, we have one more question here from Sheena. Sheena's asking, do you have any tutorials on how to use social trader tools? She has 3 accounts. So I don't have one myself, but you can find them on YouTube. Let me see if I can find one for you right here. Sheena, it's pretty simple to use. All right, so if you just search up social trader tools, I don't know if this guy's video is good, but I've seen him before, so I think his video might be good. He also has like almost 100K views. So just search up social trader tools, and then I think this guy's video should be good. His company's called Trader Seed. I know his company. He used to work with FTMO before, so I think this video could be useful. So I just searched up social trader tools, and this video should. Let me see if I can just pull it up real quick. Okay, yeah. So his video is actually good. So just pull this one up right here, Sheena. I just search up social trader tools and pull up the video from Kieran. This one should be pretty simple and straightforward. Here, I'll just put this over here real quick. Let's see. Cliff is asking, do you have any discounts for new users? So I don't have any discounts, Cliff, because I'm actually closing signups. So like how I mentioned, I'm starting a new company. Once we start the actual firm and the firm's up and running, I'm not opening it up to like the public anymore. So like random people can't just sign up and use my strategies. The only people who are going to be using my strategies are people that are within my firm, right? Because I don't want like a bunch of random people applying my strategies and then throwing off the market, right? Because we don't want like a ton of people using it. And then the market makers and institutions are going to pick up on like what we're doing here, and then they're going to start trading against us. So unfortunately, I don't have a discount for you, Cliff. You know what? I'll put you in the mentorship. So Cliff, message me on Telegram. Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to put it out here so that everyone can get access to the mentorship. But I've seen you before, Cliff. I don't know if like you've been in the group before. If I've seen your name though. So I know who you are. Just message me on Telegram and I'll give you a special link to sign up for free. You'll have a full month for free. And then once you make enough profits, you know, trading that, I'm sure you'll want to stay. So just send me a message, Cliff, and I'll get it over to you. I don't really do that often, but I might as well just get you in here. So the thing is, I don't really care about signing people up because I'm going to make so much more profit from just trading. Well, I've been making so much more profit from just trading. And that's why like main goal here moving forward is just to focus on actual trading and, you know, basically closing off my strategies and indicators to the public. Yeah, no problem, Julie. Definitely. Yeah. I'll see you here tomorrow on the live session. So yeah, Cliff, if you're on, or message me somewhere, you can email me, Sean@KodiKaiTrades.com, or just go on the website here and hit contact. So go to the website, KodiKaiTrades.com, click on contact. There's a contact button here somewhere. Go to more, go to contact, and then just send me your information here and I'll give you a link to get access. Yeah, no problem. All right, guys. So I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll be back here tomorrow for the live session tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. On the dot, we'll be on here ready to trade. And then later that day, we'll be having our mentoring session at 2 o'clock. So see you guys here tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. You can email me at Sean@KodiKaiTrades.com, or you can go on the website, KodiKaiTrades.com, go to contact here. Click on contact, put whatever message you guys have. Otherwise, just message me on Telegram. It's going to be the fastest way to get in touch with me. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. So, all right, I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys